you might want to stop rolling your fat doobies tonight, because guess what, fellas? Everybody looking like this. That is the homie Alex Jones, okay? I wish I could say psych, but no more psychs, guys. No more psych. You don't have to like or subscribe unless you want to, of course, but let's get down to everything, guys. Roll it.
Valuetainment founder Patrick Bet-David is here. All right, PBD.
Yeah. Oh.
What did you think when Trump said, nah, Epstein's old news?
You talking about Epstein?
Yeah.
I think good to be back on with you, buddy. But this is what
Yo, he acting like that. This is he didn't know about the topic before jumping on a live news call with Fox.
I will tell you. The #1 trending hashtag right now on X is Epstein. 2 million people have tweeted with the topic of Epstein. Number 2 is Nicki Minaj at 100,000. Comey's at 42,500. There is a reason why people are asking about this. This is by far, and I'm a supporter. 3 times I voted for this man. This is by far the biggest fumble of the administration they've had thus far, and here's the reason why. If you remember
I wouldn't even say fumble. It's one of the biggest cover-up that has been ongoing, still ongoing. But I understand what bro is trying to say. So
president winning, he had a conversation with Fox News, the great Rachel Campos Duffy, and she asked, Mr. President, 9/11, yes. John F. Kennedy, yes. Epstein, he didn't say yes.
Yeah.
He was a little bit hesitant of bringing that information out.
Yeah, so like Trump basically had a reaction like this live on news, and then everybody was looking like this right after, myself included, right? And then, yeah, that's the thing though. So the fact that Trump was like, yo, he's not revealing it. And he also had one of those reactions that, yo, why? Like, we're gonna be wasting our time. The majority is now believing that his name is on the list.
Why? So why does his leadership team go out there and like, we have this information and we're going to release this and cash? And let me tell you what we have with Pam Bondi out of the state of Florida. She knew everything about Bondi, about Epstein. Why are you fumbling this? Why are you not having an emergency meeting together to conversate and say, hey, we're going to be on the same page with messaging on this. All you have to do is send a message to everybody, say, God, let's have a conference call. Here's what we're going to be saying about this, because this was a very important issue to not 80% of the voters that voted for President Trump, but I think 20% of the voters wanted to know what's going to happen with Epstein, and it's a big letdown. I totally get the big victories. Tariff, $300 billion valuation this year of how much money is going to come from tariffs. Last year, the government only got 80 billion or so. That's like
only 80 billion? Hey, man, come on, man. Can a brother get 2 pennies, y'all? Come on, man. Yo, y'all think it's crazy. But real quick, though, before I forget, man, yo, shout out to the homie Dallas for the 25. Shout out to the homie Shamo for 20. You got, and shout out to the homie Thomas for 2. You guys are absolute legends, man. You guys don't have to be this generous, man. I really appreciate it. This is way too much, man. This is way too much, bro. Like, this is by far the most I've ever received in like super thanks tip format. You guys don't have to do none of it, man. Seriously, I joke around here though, like 2 pennies, this, that makes it, you know what I mean, right? But you don't, seriously, like, you don't have to go that much, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being here. But yeah, let's get back to
company increasing their valuation by 4x. Massive victory. The stuff that's going on with, different areas we're winning. What happened with Iran, the back and forth, the conversations. I think this was the biggest fumble when it came down to Epstein. And the more they answer like that, the more attention you're going to draw to. People are going to ask, why are they so nervous about this? What do you know that the rest of us don't know? If it's just the fact that
there are 3 situations, right? Either Trump's name is on the list.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
That's number 1. Secondly, he's not on the list, but somebody that he knows is on the list, so he's trying to protect him. Maybe they are blackmailing him, or but that's like the other option, right? I don't buy into that, but maybe somebody he knows is on the list and he's trying to protect him, so that's bad too. Now, third of all, right, this is something that I'm seeing around a little bit. Back then it was a lot more. It's still valid though, but now it's not that much. But I still receive some comments from you guys, and I've seen like other people on other videos also talk about it, and I find this argument valid. Is that 2016, right, when Trump was running for office, I mean when Biden was in office, when Kamala was running for office and all that, they could have actually dropped the files and revealed the truth about who was on the Epstein list. And if Trump's name was on it, I don't think he would have won this time, right? So that's one of the arguments that's going around, which is valid though. You know what I'm saying? It is valid, because they would have made sure that this would got out. But why didn't they? Does that mean that his name is not on the list? Maybe it's not on the list. Or maybe it is on the list. This is now one of the counter argument that I'm seeing too. That Trump's name is on the list, but also the opposition or some of the people on the opposite side, they also are on the Epstein client list. So it's like right wing, left wing, you know, they got their people on the list. So it's like if one goes down, everybody goes down. So it's a house of cards. Yeah, so this is where both sides are playing together, and they're like, okay, you know what, we got our differences, but on this one, let's make sure, let's keep it hush, let's not reveal the list, because if your name comes out, then your name gotta come out, then your name, then everybody's name's gonna come out. Maybe it's that's one of the counter argument that I'm seeing. I want to know your thoughts, and put it in the comments.
That you want to hold people blackmail? Is that the relation between everything? Everyone's read the stories. It's not like we don't know what it is. It's not like the only thing people watch nowadays is Fox. People watch Twitter, people go X, people go CNN, people go ChatGPT. People know what happened with this guy. But my biggest suggestion, let's not have another fumble like the one we just had here, because this was the biggest fumble by the administration.
Well, let's get to...
and I would say fumble plus cover-up, though.
One of the other hot stories, and I'm not talking about Nicki Minaj, although I am going to check out what's going on with Nicki after this break. We're talking about James Comey and Brennan, two of Obama's top intelligence guys, CIA, FBI, now under investigation, potentially lying to Congress, a conspiracy with regards to the Russia hoax. How does that play out?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, look, we all know who Comey is. This guy is a very, very dangerous man of what he did to America during the time going after the president, the amount of things that he did of dividing the country, and then you go put the 86. We already know what his profile is, and then just recently finding out what happened with Diddy and his daughter was tied to it.
The fact that Diddy was not found guilty on the charges that matter most. Yeah, bro, absolute insanity, man. That is crazy. We're really living in an insane timeline, bro.
We followed that one, finding out what happened with Diddy, and his daughter was tied to it, and we followed that one. And then Brennan, you know where these guys are at. I love the fact that finally we're getting to the bottom of finding out what happened. A lot of people are interested to see what happened here, their interference, but they're also interested in other issues. Jesse, you do a phenomenal job. You know we love you. The only suggestion I'm making to the administration, I'm not making any friends today. Normally when I come, I give a very positive message. My only suggestion, no more fumbles. You're having the greatest start ever as a
no more cover-ups.
President. There's going to be Nobel Prize, but a lot more than that. I believe he has a shot at going down as one of the greatest presidents of all time and competing for some of the top 5 type of lists. But we have to have an emergency.
But if this stays being a cover-up, then I don't know about that one, man. That's wild, right? That's wild.
Meeting and saying collectively, no more fumbles. We got to go.
All right.
Gotta go. Okay, before I show you guys this situation, check this out. So that's the homie Alex Jones, man. Trump faces mega meltdown over Epstein memo. MSNBC roll.
Any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm gonna go throw up actually, and this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically.
That's the homie Alex.
I'm puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now because because I have integrity, and I just really need the Trump administration to succeed and to save this country, and they're doing so much good, and then for them to do something like this.
And Alex Jones has been on this case for years, right? So damn, man, that's wild. Trump came out on and said that, bro, we wasting time. We're just wasting time talking about this, bro. That's just bad. Okay, let's waste time though. You know what I'm saying? Let's waste time. Let's reveal the truth, man. Let's waste time.
Tears my guts out.
Do you see?
So that's the homie Alex Jones. Shout out to the homie Asman on this one. Yeah, watch what the homie Elon did. Roll it.
No, Elon was popping off about it too. And by the way, the reason why I'm talking about this a lot is because I think this is actually the most important thing. Because if they can cover this up, they can cover up anything.
Facts.
How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files? That post by Elon Musk this afternoon gets at a serious question, prompted by MAGA fans, among others, after the Justice Department asserted in a memo that convicted sex offender and multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein did not.
Dagger to the heart. That's wild, bro. This goes to show you, I mean, what the homie Elon is saying is right, but the homie Elon was gaslighting. Or not gaslighting, he was hyping up, you know? And he wanted Trump to win, and Trump did win. And now we're seeing like a fallout, bro, like that. Who would have thunk, man? Who would have thunk?
Blackmail high-profile clients. What multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein did not blackmail high-profile clients, was not murdered before he was found dead in his jail cell in 2019, and in fact had no client list. Despite the fact that the very same administration officials...
I also like the hinging on the idea of a client list.
Right.
There are other ways that you could discern a amount of clients that he had. So the fixation on the list is, in my opinion, a red herring. Maybe he didn't have a list, but he had some other form of documentation, or there is some other form of detection that you can have besides a list.
And also, like, extrapolate this further, right? One sec. Where's that? Where's this tweet? Just trying to find the tweet, man. Just trying to find... Yeah, there we go. How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files? Now, is it that Elon found that out recently and then he started beefing? Or did he know and, you know, the EV mandate that we saw, he didn't like it, of course, and then he came out after that. But the question is, did he know about the fact that, because in the words of Elon Musk, Elon said this, and now and later he deleted the tweet. He said that, yeah, Trump's name is on the Epstein list. Then he later deleted. The question is, did he know, bro? Like, did he know that before Trump won, before or around the time he was hyping up Trump and he was hyping up the elections and this, that, the other? Did he know then? Or did he recently found out and he's like, okay, you know what, let me just oh wow, yo, gotta pump the brakes real quick, you know, let's go on the other side. And yeah, I don't want to be associated with Trump no more. Was it that, or is it that he knew, but when he saw the EV mandate and he didn't like it, so he's like, when he saw the big beautiful bill, he didn't like it, so he's like, okay, you know what, yeah, man, I'm just gonna go bozo this time, okay? Like, I don't like this one. Yeah, man, like, if that's the case, bruh, yeah, I don't know.
Are now asserting there is no there there. Many of them were the ones ginning up the controversy before President Trump was reelected and while they were in office. The Justice Department memo, first obtained by Axios, also comes 1 month after the billionaire Tesla founder took to his platform X as his alliance with President Trump dissolved. Quote, time to drop the really big bomb.
Yeah, that's the one.
Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason why they have not been made public.
Bro, this was one of Elon's top 5 best crash outs.
Yeah. So June the 5th, right? And then a day or two later, he deleted. And a month later, bro, oh my God, bro. Yeah, a month later, what we're now seeing is that a lot more people are believing that his name is in the list, which, I mean, it is very much possible, dog. It is very much possible. But also, let's be real, it could be that he is not on the list, but somebody else is that he's trying to protect. Still bad, of course, right? Or it's one of those things that we talked about earlier, is that maybe it's a little bit of both, right? Like right wing, left wing, both sides, they got their people involved. That's why, like, they just don't want names coming out, right? You know, equally bad. If that's the case, equally bad.
Fact that he went and just said this, oh my God.
Yeah. And the question is, did he know about this before Trump became president? When he was hyping up Mr. President, Mr. Trump, or he found that out recently? Yeah, that's the question.
It's a peak one. I think this might be the best one.
Top 3 minimum?
Peak. The best one so far.
Oh.
Public, unquote. Musk deleted that post 2 days later, but the new memo has Musk posting this meme, among others. It's a guy putting on progressively more clown makeup with the text,
Yeah.
"We will release the Epstein list. We just need more time."
I love dude.
You know,
You're
no more,
explaining the clown meme to your CNN boomer audience. Oh my fucking god, this is amazing. Wow, bro. We are the mainstream now.
Yeah.
The Epstein list is on my desk.
Yeah.
There is no Epstein list.
Ooh.
Full clown regalia.
Full clown regalia.
Art refers to a February clip.
God.
The list is on my desk. A February clip from Fox.
You know, like when you hear that word, like that's like it's in like a fucking it's in like Skyrim or something. Regalia.
Played of Pam Bondi. Take a listen.
Oh.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
But here was Attorney General Bondi earlier today.
Yes, she switched sides.
I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
Trump was asked about the memo today.
Well, that's what you meant. That's just not what you said.
By a New York Post reporter, and he expressed indignation.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Man.
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Mr. President, the reason people are talking about this guy is because people serving in the highest levels of your administration.
Because he was your guy. He was your guy for 15 years.
Yeah, that too. I mean, the
That's
pictures,
interesting.
right?
Huh.
We saw the pictures, right? Yeah.
Have been talking about this guy for years and talking about how the Epstein list needs to be released. Here's then Republican vice presidential nominee.
The pictures, basically, Trump and Epstein, they were close, right? Like, we saw the pictures of them together. So on the fact, you couple that up with those images and you see what and how he responded. So yeah, people are like, okay, nah, he on the list, bro. He on the list.
J.D. Vance in October 2024.
Everybody in politics has a vice that's much worse than alcoholism, is the way that I put it.
What do you mean by that?
But we
release the list.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
Here's Kash Patel.
So what changed, man? What changed? What changed? The homie Kash Patel?
Yeah, you do.
Where's the homie Kash Patel at? Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Protecting the greatest.
Bro, like, you see his eyes, bro. He's seen shit, bro. You know, he has seen shit that... You can tell he has seen shit, bro.
Pederast, the largest. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
Dan Bongino, a former Secret Service.
It's like, can these guys just come out and say, like, yeah, I was just bullshitting. I didn't really know what I was talking about, but I thought that there was going to be a big list, and whenever we looked into it, it turns out that there wasn't. Like, at least if you said, like, I was just
Man says pedicure list because of how he pronounced it. Because, of course, like, you cannot say some of these terms on YouTube. I mean, you can, but it's like... then you're gonna get affected in the algorithm.
Bullshitting, I would be like, okay, you're probably lying, but at least you're being honest about lying in a way, right? Like
right.
So they all lied. Yeah. Basically, so there are two universes.
So either, back then they were like, we gotta leak it, or not necessarily leak it, we gotta reveal it. But now they're not talking about revealing it. And it feels like that, and he says, Kash Patel said that, right? It's because who's on the list. Did he know who was on the list? Or he said that as in, like, a metaphor, right? Just to be like, yeah, they're not releasing it because they know who's on the list. Because of who's on the list. Was it a metaphor, or was it like a literal statement? Literal statement as in he knows who's on the list, and yeah, he's like, okay, that name's pretty big, so that's why it's not coming out. Which I think is the case, but I mean to say, did Kash Patel knew at that time? Or maybe he now knows the real name, and yeah, it's a cover-up altogether by everybody, so.
Is that we live in. They're either protecting pals, or they're...
Whoa. Okay, I need to mark that timing down, man, because that word, bro, nah, not on YouTube, bro.
Liars who are lying about lying.
Lying about lying, that's correct. E. Let me mark the time stamp.
Okay. Great choices. Or both.
Service agent turned right-wing podcaster is now the FBI deputy director. Here he is on his show in February. He was named deputy director just a few weeks later.
We probably just saw this.
I'm not ever going to let this story go because of what I heard from a source about Bill Clinton on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not letting it go ever.
You see, like...
Dang. Yeah.
I've learned this myself, and like Dan should know this. You should know that people are going to bring this up if something happens in the future. You should preemptively know this. You shouldn't have said this. You shouldn't have said you.
Bill Clinton's spokesperson released a statement
you didn't
in 2019
have to say
saying that the
this.
former president, quote, knows nothing about the terrible crimes. We should note the presence
So Bill Clinton said that he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, right, sure. Sure thing.
Well, that's a relief.
Sure thing, boss.
One's name in the files does not mean they were involved in any way in sex trafficking or having sex with any of Epstein's victims.
Whoa. Tranquilo.
Here's Alina Habba, now interim U.S. attorney for New Jersey. This is her in February.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, they didn't know, guys, so I can now sleep now, knowing that they didn't know. Okay.
In this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be?
That was back in February of 27.
Shocking.
I don't see how it's not shocking.
I'm shocked that none of that's been released.
Me too.
In February this year, Attorney General Bondi teased the imminent arrival of the Epstein files, and President Trump's eldest son, Don Jr., posted about the news, quote, LFG, an acronym for...
Okay, so he's going to explain that to the boomer audience. Okay. Yeah, LFG, let's effing go. Breaking Epstein files are going to be released, AG Bondi has said.
Let's effing go. A week
It's
later...
for looking for group, but okay, sure.
Trump administration invited a slew of conservative MAGA influencers to the White House, purporting to give them a first look at a batch of documents labeled the Epstein Files, Phase 1, but none of it was a smoking gun. The vast majority of the information had already been made publicly available. CNN's Evan Perez reported in March that Attorney General Bondi directed FBI agents, in some cases, to drop their work on China and Iran and focus on redacting the files before their release.
Ooh, what the
Remember,
hell?
Trump made part of this his platform. Here he is during the 2024 campaign.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
And that was last year, June. Before the presidency. And the way he said, yeah, I would. Not like, yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, we need body language experts right now.
I guess I would. I think that
I
less so because you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
We got to get somebody in there who just doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
Like I thought, especially after they tried to shoot Trump, like he would just come in there and just like not give a fuck. Just start burning bridges, put Hillary Clinton in jail. Just fucking like we got to get somebody in there that just does not give a fuck. And it's never going to happen. I am worried that it will never happen.
Yeah, I guess too many big names are involved. Yeah, right. Too many big names are involved, and it goes deep. It really goes deep, which goes to show you, man. You know, like everyone else is just powerless against the system. You know, it's the 1% of the 1% of the 1% that control everything. Yeah, but did you see this video apparently? If not, yeah, click on this video on the screen, because apparently they actually caught a UFO object in space. That's the video for you, and yeah, we got a video, images and video. Check it out, and I'll see you right there.